Hello, welcome to Astrology Study Group, the weekly transits. And we are going to start on the 28th, yesterday. It's going to kind of always be that way because I record this on Tuesday, but I like to give you the week ahead. So we're coming into this Mars Saturn trine. And, it's right here. It's like Mars is backing up, it's retrograde. So it's kind of backing into it. It went one time and then it's backing up and then it's going to hit it again later. But right now we've got this intensity of Mars energy in Gemini, which is very a lot. You just think Mars energy, drive, and then Gemini, dexterous, thought, mind, busy, communication. And then we get the enduringness of Saturn. We got that busy, restless Mars energy, but it's being, put to work and focused with Saturn. So hopefully everybody's getting some detailed work, some paying attention to details or rooting things out or focusing on something, thinking about that. We've got that nice trine energy, but we also have some other trying energies coming about. So that one was kind of like, in exact. We were building toward it last week, which we talked about it, and then it's like exact yesterday, and then it's starting to move off, like today, and you'll see. Now we go to today, and well, it's actually at this time it was still Tuesday. It's still exact, but then we also have Mercury kicking in. Okay, this is just about to go off, but still we got this little ding. We had a trine here, and then now we've got an opposition and a sextile. So this is kind of interesting. We've got today, but this is kind of resonating all week, and then it's been coming in. So Mercury and then Mars. So we could have conflict, quarrels, harsh words, bringing up things, but it's over there sextiling. Mercury sextiling Saturn. So Mercury has got the upper hand. It's right. If it were squaring it or something, I would say, it's being nitpicky or bossy or something. But I think the communications that we all have and want to say have merit. Let me put it that way, because it's, the Mercury and the sextile, the nice aspect with Mercury and Saturn is making your argument. It's like, you're right. It's like that communication is, you're getting that check from Saturn. So just be careful how you say it, maybe. Well, sometimes you got to say what you got to say, but it's bringing it to the fore. Let me put it that way. It's bringing it to the forefront, and it's bringing some solid stuff. It's bringing some depth. It's bringing some depth out. It's also bringing some sobering realities. There's definitely some things going around now that are definitely sobering realities. What was that one? That one video died suddenly, just came out, and it's going crazy. People are waking up to a lot of the horrors that have been going on, and it's again this exact energy. It's this really sobering stuff. And then here, we've got this. It's not exact, but we've got another a sextile with Pluto and like Neptune and Jupiter over here. We've talked about some of that, but that's those outer planets are having that aspect. So they're bringing in, we got that Neptune, that those ideas, and Pluto, the depths and large, everybody, the Jupiter. It's bringing this stuff out. Okay, this is a really important day. Wednesday, Mars moves off of the trine. It's backing up, so it's going to 18 degrees. But then Venus now steps in and opposes Mars. Well, we could also have some back and forth things of values, arguing about your values, standing up for your rights, standing up for your values. You could be creative. It could stimulate a lot of creative energy. It could be sexual tension. Also, in relationships, that's the whole back and forth of relationships. And then being right there on the heels of Mercury, it's going to be able to communicate it. It's going, those are fused together. So Mercury and Venus right there. I think it's like you have the power to speak. You have the power to say what's on your mind with some conviction, but just, be careful. They're not too lippy and edgy. It's because it's just like right there and you're righteous, and then it's still, look at Saturn is like it's like it's in the midpoint, between the two, I mean, it's sextile, but it's like right that degree in the middle. So it still has the voice of Saturn right there now between them, by aspect. Very, very, profound. And again, a lot of information that's coming up right now is deep. People that are bringing some stuff out, it's well researched, it's to the core, and it just hits you, and it's emotionally sound. I heard some wonderful connection with who was it? It's Maria Z interviewed Karen Kingston and Dr. Anna, can't say her last name, starts with an M, like Malkalovic or something. She's a Polish lady. Amazing stuff on the current of what's going on now, but to the core. I mean, I was just bawling because when I was hearing the truth. Anyway, yeah, and I'm not a real emotional person. I was hearing truth, and my eyes are still red. For that was this morning. Okay, Thursday. So we're moving into Thursday. This is kind of like a dreamy day. The moon is now moving through Pisces, and it goes over Neptune, and it kind of gets some of that. It gets some answers. It gets some why. It gets to take a little time out and dream a little bit, or to kind of go tune inside to that important stuff, and then bring it out, and then emotionally express it, and then go over Jupiter. So to me, this is, that's kind of like the biggest thing here on Thursday is it's sort of like a surreal, dreamy, sobering information that we just absorbed as a group, as a planet. And it's just making a bigger reality. So I think whatever your dreams are, whatever you should be dreaming of, bring it to reality. Don't just think about it. Start bringing it into the manifestation. Then it's going to hit the next day when the moon then moves into Aries. So let's see, anything else on this day? Because the next day, we got that. It's going to be mainly a moon day on Thursday, because we've talked about everything else. I mean, all that other stuff is still going on. You might not get your argument till Thursday, or your sexual tension till then. That's not all exact on these days and times. It's all in flux right now. But I just want you to hear the energies just in the sequential way that they're actually rolling out. Yeah. So then that's pretty much that on Thursday. Kind of rolls into Friday, and then Friday, I think it's a bit different energy. We're now in the middle degree. I mean, we just went through the first third of Sagittarius, the sun in that. And then everybody should be feeling a lot more upbeat, a lot more energy because of that. They got those personal planets in Sag, 10, 20, and 23 degrees. It's all lively. And then the moon now, as it moves into Aries on Friday and Saturday, coming in the weekend, it's going to trine this, the Sagittarius energy. So the moon, we got the Aries and the Sag, you're just going to be like, blah, 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 blah. Lots of just, it's going to be lively. Let me put it that way. Yeah, lively energy, things stirred up. That's kind of one of the biggest thing that I feel with all of this other still going on. And then, what did I say? Niggles to work out along the way, basically. Sorry. So here we got now Venus stepping into a square with Neptune. So maybe as a little bit of a hitch in the dream. We went through, got a little bit of that dream. Excuse me, with the moon here in Aries, and it's moved through, and right here now you can see that it's at this time, actually I picked the right time, it's making a semi-sextile over here to Neptune. And what it's a yeah, but we got a trine over here to Venus and then trining over to Mercury. So it's the little hitch in the dream, maybe a little, then we got the Venus. It's like, well, maybe it's not quite how I thought it would be, or I changed my mind. Never mind. It may be a little bit of that, but it's still a kind of a little tangle with that. Those are two benefics. We have Venus and Neptune are supposed to be friends and everything nice, but now they're square. Which was kind of odd because it's like this week is ending with that, the benefics going into a little square where we started out with the malefics being in a trine. Okay, so just think about that. So again, we kind of started with, Mars and Saturn in trine to each other kind of this week, getting that concentration, that energy, focusing that, working out details, saying what you need to say, getting that depth. And now we're moving into, it's like, okay, now create the new dream and vision, but yet, did you think about this? Did you consider that? That's basically what this little hitch is in here. And it's a kind of, I'd say, put a nice square on stuff because, sometimes we don't want to we get too dreamy, too pie in the sky. So it just puts a little reality check on it. And then Sunday, Sunday's kind of it makes, I think one of the biggest things that popped out this for me was Mercury and sextile or semi-sextile Pluto. I don't usually focus a lot on those, but anything that's a semi-sextile 30 degrees away or the inconjunct, they just don't have a lot in common. So now Mercury is starting to get into a little unfamiliarity or annoyingness with Pluto. So I think Pluto is going to be kind of like annoyed with Mercury. It's like Pluto wants to kind of chill, and Mercury's like the mosquito in the room. You want to do that. So it's just a little bit of annoyance, like a few little things that I think you're still coming up, dredging over the depths, because Venus is still, working her way, out. She just finished her square there at Neptune. She finished her opposition there at Mars and then the square at Neptune. And now she's like, oh, get out of that crap. But then she's going to then get into, as she nears the end of the sign, we'll get into that square with, what is that planet? Jupiter. But we'll talk about that next week. All right. And then that brings us to Monday, which we'll pick up next week. And we basically got another moon thing. Where the moon, kind of a moon day, I would say. Moon day, Monday, moon day. Oh, of course. But it's going over Taurus. I mean, it's going through Taurus and it's going to go over the North Node and go over Uranus. So to me, it's like, North Node, kind of success outward, looking for striving ahead, and the moon's going to go there and then right over Uranus. So get ready for maybe some surprises, maybe some emotional surprises, some surprises from the depths. Some things may be coming up that you weren't aware of or that you didn't think about, but that could be good. It's in your favor because it's, it's going over the North Node. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of the week. And keep your seatbelt on a little bit. Watch your words. Wash behind your ears. Stay hydrated. All right, see y'all next week. Bye now.